Now it's about the power connection. Okay, so this is the wires for connecting with the power resource. Okay, and let's talk about it with the electric joint. We will send electric joint to the user. So okay, your power supply should be bigger than 20 kilowatts because the machine's running power is 16. It's about 16 kilowatts, and your cable should be more than 10 square millimeters. Okay, 3 feet, and there's the neutral line. Okay. Now this is the video about how to warm the compressor oil and how to test all the components before we run the machine. We should collect the machine with the power resource, and then we switch down by pushing the switch up like this. Okay, and we can see the lights are on the PLC. The lights on the PLC. When we see the lights on the PLC, and this device shows no error, that means the phase order is correct. So when we see when the PLC lights are on, the compressor oil heater start working. We need to keep doing this. Yes, keep the machine switched on for 24 hours. We need to wait for 24 hours for the compressor oil temperature go up to 42 degrees Celsius. And we can confirm the oil temperature by putting our hand here. We can put our hand here to feel the warmness of the compressor oil. Before we start the machine, we need to make sure the compressor oil is very well warmed. The temperature should be about 40 degrees Celsius. That is very important before we start the machine. Okay, before we start the machine, we need to make sure every single components are working well. We can push down the contactor here to confirm if the cooling tower's pump is working well. It should be working with no noise, and the water circulation should be normal. And when we push down this contactor, we can check the cooling tower's fan to confirm if it's working correctly. It should be suction air from the cooling tower to bottom and release from the top. We push down this contactor, this button, and we will check the reducer. Make sure the reducer is working well with the correct rotation. Normally, the ice cutter rotation will be like this, anti-clockwise. Okay. And when we push down this contactor, we should the evaporator's pump. This one is the evaporator's pump. It should be working well, and it keeps very good water circulation inside this evaporator. Make sure it's working with no noise. Okay, that is how we can check the every single components before we run the machine. We can on them also here. Okay, yes, push it, and we can hear the cooling tower's pump is working. Okay, and we can also check the cooling tower's fan. Yes, we hear the noise. This is the pump in the evaporator. Yes, did you hear the noise? Did you hear the sound of the pump working? Yes. And this is to check the reducer, the ice cutter. Okay, so This is what we should do. Check every single components before we run the machine, and the cooling tower's pump and motor should be connected here. The cooling tower's pump should be connected here, and the cooling tower's fan should be connected here. Because the pump and the fans are off and on, they are not working 24 hours all the time. They should be off and on and smartly controlled by the PLC. So we need to connect the cooling tower's pump and the fan into this thermal relay, so the PLC can off and on them necessarily.